This is the audio test. We will be starting soon. Please let me know if any of the commentators this week are a little too loud or a little too quiet. We want all of us to be about equally as loud, and the game should be just barely audible. If there are any recommendations that you would like to provide, please feel free to do so. We want the stream to be just perfect for you. I was kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because I started the stream and I'm like, oh crap, I wasn't talking for like a solid minute, and I didn't know what I was gonna sound like. Am I gonna sound okay? I didn't know I was gonna sound okay. Hello, robot. By robot, I mean my brain's farting real hard. SNES? What's the fastest way to call it? What's the fastest way to refer to you? SNES? SNES? SNES JW? SNES? SNES JW? Yeah, okay, fine. That works. Hey there, Jams Josie. Good to see you're still joining as a spectator. It's your boy Epic showing up from downtown. That's what I'm talking about. SNES JW. SJW, SNES JW. Yeah, I guess. That's pretty good. Skullgirls Zawoldo. Hey. Where are we? Where am I? Where am I? I've eaten nothing but donuts all day, so my voice is really weird. Cream shenanigans. Step 1. Eat only donuts. With the exception of one meal, I think I've eaten exclusively donuts for about 2.5 days. I'm just trying to die. But while I'm dying, I want to make sure everyone's playing Skullgirls to the best of their ability. Hey there, Hydra! Good to see you here. Let's make sure I have matchups open. Do I have matchups open? Oh, that wasn't bad. I mean, good. That's a thing. That's a thing. Sure. Everything is going to be fine. You did not sign up, I think. Let me double check on that. You did not sign up. You're good to go. I've only eaten Whole Foods. Okay, so this is a story I like to share a lot because I busted out laughing the first time I heard it. Apparently there was a competition of like, what are the strangest combination of foods you could buy at like a convenience store, or just strangest collection of goods in general, to really weird out the cashier as much as possible. And there was, of course, like all sorts of like food stuff and whatever. But my favorite thing, and I think it won the whole competition, was donuts, donut holes, and super glue. Need I say more? Alright, how's the audio sounding? Is the game like kind of clear without drowning me out, and then me talking pretty loud? You better have actually followed through though. No, I haven't done that. It wasn't me. It was just like, it was a story I heard and like screenshots I saw. It was absolutely great. I didn't do it. I mean, I could. I don't know what I would accomplish. Like, I'd make the person... I'd probably make their week. They'd probably contemplate life for a hot minute. So I want someone to glue the holes back. It's like one of those things where it's like, looking at your 3 items that you're buying, it's very obvious what you're trying to do, but why though? Why would you do that? They'll do it. They're about to become a multi-millionaire with all those YouTube fun bucks that you're gonna be making. I feel like I'm forgetting something mildly important. Just a moment. I don't think I'll need my fight stick. Oh, I do need my fight stick because I'm actually the first person playing. I do with my life. That's what I was forgetting. Then we should be good to start. How many of y'all have been playing that Indivisible? Damn it. There we go. Well, that's not good. How does this happen all the time? I don't understand. Why's it gotta be like this? I don't mess with my settings. Alright, give me a hot second. Not even being recognized? Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Uh-oh. What? What am I doing? What's happening? Okay. Okay. Hold on. I don't understand. All right, we're gonna start from scratch. Oh, now it worked fine. I didn't even change anything. Okay. 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 Weird. You never cease to amaze me, Skullgirls. What the heck do I have to do now? Oh yeah. Link to address. Okay. Anyway, we're back. Things are working. Who's playing that Indivisible? Let's skim through this real quick. RPGs might be your favorite genre. It's a good choice. Making a game. Who's that referring to? Oh, Hydra's making a fighter. Too busy playing Invisible Sally. Get your own game to work on. Oh, nice. Making it Unreal first. Friends engine you made. Making engines, making a portfolio and a real job. Nice. A 3D artist and a programmer, so yeah. Nice. I am a game designer and a software architect. Not professionally a game designer. I guess not professionally a software architect, even though I would argue I am, but whatever. It's kind of cool how many art people play Skullgirls. Like Skullgirls, I mean, Skullgirls is, well, Lab Zero in general is such an artsy and beautiful game that it's, or artsy and beautiful gaming. Let me try that again. Every game they make is absolutely gorgeous. So to see a lot of people, like artists drawn to the game and the genre in general, it's pretty cool. But enough of that. Have at ye. And by that I mean we're gonna go ahead and get started. Our first matchup is going to be me educating Epic. So I know Epic is here. Let's go ahead and get you in here. Go ahead and put that lobby into your browser, or that lobby link into your browser. It should launch Steam, which will launch Skullgirls, which will put you into a lobby. Once you're in here, I'm gonna quickly summarize while I'm waiting for you. Reminder that if you are playing online, try to play on Ethernet as much as possible. You might think your Wi-Fi is great, that it's not necessarily always true. Also, make sure your GGPO settings are 1 per every 80, so to make the connection as best as possible. If you have Skullgirls already open, it's fine. Like, you just put that link in, and it should, then you switch back to Skullgirls, and it'll put you into the lobby. It should be fine. What else is there? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you up front what we're going to focus on for you while we're waiting for you to get in here. Make sure you pause the stream while you're playing and watch the VODs afterwards. What we're going to do is I'm going to try zoning against you. I'm going to try doing armor stuff against you. I'm going to try high-low mix-ups against you, and I'm going to try low throws against you. So I want to see how you deal with mix-ups. I want to see how you deal with grabs. I want to see how you deal with projectiles. And of course, I'm going to be watching all sorts of beginner stuff in general while we're doing that. I'm going to see if you can do B&Bs and things like that. So play to the best of your ability, and wish you the best of luck. There was one other thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I'm going to introduce the stream. Most of you have already been here before, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys anyways. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. What we do here is we match you up against a relatively even opponent, and then provide constructive criticism on your play. We won't tell you everything that's wrong with your play, but we're going to tell you what you need to focus on most so you can hit that next level, because we think learning happens in steps, and the first right step is practicing every as often as you can. But at least once a week, it's pretty good. So we like to provide an environment for you guys to do so. So let's see how that goes. Since you're in here, go ahead and ready up your boy Epic, and then I'll ready up myself. Again, unless you have like important questions. Actually, I'm probably not going to see your questions because I'm all tabbed into Skullgirls. So save the questions for the end after you've done your set. Make sure you pause the stream so it's not distracting you, so on and so forth. If you want to keep the stream on, I don't recommend it, but I'm not your dad. I can't stop you. Let's see. First I said projectiles. Let's go. Oh, you play Parasol. I don't know if this is going to be great or horrible for you. It's usually one or the other. Oh, we got a bandit there. Never mind. This is going to be good for you. Depends what assist you use. Oh, you're using beat extend assist. It's going to be mediocre for you. But it'll be okay. You're going to be able to close some distance at the cost of a decent amount of health. But we'll see. Let's see how this goes. Ugh. So, Peacock in general is a hurdle for all beginner players to get into the game. Without experience with dealing with projectiles and zoners in general before. Alright, whoops. Hold on a second. Dude. Alright, raw tagging into brass. That's really risky. I could cancel into super any time there, and that could be really bad. I'm seeing a hard kick come out. That looks like you're trying to do A-Train. Oh no, you're dropping giants. Okay. Good stuff. Nice grab there. Yeah. So that's kind of why you don't usually want to band up point against Peacock. I mean, he does okay, because I'll explain in a bit what you could be doing with those characters. Very well. Very well. Yeah. Alright, so here's what you could be doing. So remember that you have a bunch of movement options in general, right? Parasol has one of the best grounded dashes in the game, and also this is one of the few games that have block dashing. I believe there are a few others. Eunice kind of has one. It's weird. But basically how block dashing works is you can, instead of just pressing double tap forward to dash, you can also do it with double tap forward. You can also press 2 punch buttons to dash forward. While you're pressing 2 punch buttons, the frame you start moving forward, start holding back. And for that entire period of your dash that you're still moving forward, you are also blocking at the same time. That's really, really useful. You can also crouch cancel your dash to block lows and things like that. You can also jump cancel your dash. I don't know if there's any conditions for that or anything. I don't know if that's character specific or not. I just seen people do that. You can usually jump cancel your back dash. That's the smart one. Be careful not to press back too early, because then you'll get a back dash instead of a forward dash while blocking. So that's a grounded option. Other things, Band actually doesn't want to use Giant Step too much because he gets hit by projectiles and they can't really get a clean punish in. And also I can card cancel into a super at any point. Raw tagging is also super dangerous, but I'll talk about that more a little bit later. What you want to do with Band is, if you want to take advantage of his armor, is you can use Heavy Brass, kind of. You usually want it as an assist, so you have time for your character to get in closer. You also want to use him as a meat shield, so Parasol can dash in closer. Another thing you can do is, if you jump over a first wave of projectiles, you can also get in with M-Brass. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but I'd have to explain, like, by example more than anything. It's kind of the thing. Also, notice how you're walking backwards to try and block these projectiles. Oops. Okay. That can be punished. Let's see if you do it. Oh, okay. So... Oh, bike assist. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. So you want to get through the wave of projectiles and then usually use, what's it called? M-Brass to close the distance, so you still have that 2 hits of armor for Brass, but you're also, and you're still moving forward, unlike Light Brass, but you don't need to go to overcommit to Heavy Brass and get, like, fully punished for that Peacock blocks. Okay. So I'm going to switch to doing grab stuff with Band in a bit. So I talked about a couple of movement options. What else was there? Remember that Band has a parry. It's tough to do, but it's actually extremely important. I feel like I'm forgetting other really, really important things because I'm just stumbling over words right now. Trying to think. There were a few things I wanted to say and I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna link a video into the chat while we're waiting. I'm going to provide a video that explains Peacock's dead zone and a lot of tools you can use to get in against her pressure. Feel free to check that out. That's super important. Let's see, what else is there? You can chicken block, land cancel the item drop, but I don't want you to worry about chicken block land cancels yet, because this is still technically beginner bracket. It's a bit more of an intermediate technique. What else is there? I'm really, really choking, because there's like so many different things I can tell you about that matchup. The matchup is tough. Raw tagging, oh yeah, I was going to talk about why raw tagging is dangerous. Raw tagging, well, it's cool because you have iframes, like you're completely invulnerable while you're coming in and stuff like that. Sorry, I was autopiloting. So while it's really, really cool, like, oh yeah, wow, I come in with armor and I get to get out for free, like, I get to switch characters and, like, save all this health, it's super, super slow to recover from. So if I block it, you get punished really, really hard. So it's not considered really, really good. Okay. Okay, to the corner. Gotta do the low throws. So there are a couple of things here. So if I want you to go back and watch that match, watch all the red hearts that appeared above your head that broke. Now what that means is you were pressing a button when it wasn't safe for you to do so. I'm pressing specifically lights to do that mix-up. So when that happens, what ends up happening is if you start trying to press a button to get out of there and you're not invulnerable during the startup, I get a ton of bonus damage for that counter hit, and I get to do a longer combo because of the undizzy system. If you don't know how counter hit percentages and undizzy stuff works, reach out to me on the Discord, and I will explain it in more detail on numbers because it's easy to write it out. The other stuff is... Like, see there, you committed to a medium, but then you started walking backwards. That's the only reason I was able to press a button there. But otherwise, you were technically safe. I'll also explain neutral hopping to you, even though it's more of an intermediate thing. I'll explain in a second. We're not pressing a button. Okay. There we go. There's a throw. Let's do it. Nice tech. There we go. So we know how to tech. So you press light punch, press light kick to tech grab. If you are in grab startup, which is 6 frames of startup and, well, yeah, it's 7 frame startup, but like it's technically 6 techable frames or something, or 7 techable frames. If you get grabbed during your grab startup, you automatically tech it. If you press light punch plus light kick after you started being grabbed, then that also works. So like you can tech the grab like that. The other thing is you can't be grabbed while you are jumping. Well, you can't be grounded grab while you're jumping without an anti-air grab. And the normal grab that everyone has, which is light kick plus light punch, that is not an anti-air grab. So what you can do is you can hold up and you can get away from it. This is a technique called neutral hopping. I'm not going to go into the specifics about it because there is a weird check and balance there when you're holding up and trying to avoid the throws. But just note that that's a common way to escape grabs. Like if someone's trying to do a lot of grab pressure on you at the corner, then always hold up forward, up back, or something like that to just get out of that pressure. The other thing is why low throws are really good. So a weird thing about Skullgirls, and this is actually true for a lot of fighting games, but like Skullgirls is the one I know the best about this, is you can't tech throws while you're crouching. The way you tech a throw is you input throw while they are throwing you, right? So if you can't tech a throw while you're crouching and you're holding down back, then you're not going to be able to tech my throw, right? So that's why low throws are so powerful. Because if you want to block the low, you have to go block low, but then you have to stand back up to tech the throw because otherwise you're not going to be able to input throw. Does that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, I can re-explain that a little bit lader. Now we're going to work on the high-lows. I'm just going to do a little bit of a high-low mix. I want to see how well you can switch from blocking low to high. We checked your ability to deal with grabs. You need to work on it a little bit. Just be aware of more of your options. Another thing about grabs is, what's it called? You can't grab someone that's in block stun, right? Or hit stun, technically. So what that means is you can push block to get out of grab pressure. Because even if I'm staying right next to you while you are push blocking me for whatever reason, then what ends up happening is I will try to throw you, but you push block, so you're stuck in 25 frames of block stun. If you don't know frame data, don't worry about frame data right now. Just know that push blocking is an answer to a grab mix-up sometimes. It becomes more of an answer once I teach you about absolute guard, but don't worry about absolute guard right now. You can look it up online if you want to, or you can reach out to me on the Discord if you really, really want details. But just be aware that those are more options, right? Like, it's another way to deal with grab, push blocking. What else? There was something else. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. Yeah, alright. Let's just Teching throws is really, really tricky in this game. So don't feel bad that you weren't able to tech all the throws, even though they were kind of predictable. But like throws are a powerful option. That's why the scale combos to 50%. Your opponent will do significantly less damage because of that. Oh, that was laggy. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, lag makes it a little bit weird. I don't know why there's lag. Okay, good block on the high. So it seems like you aggressively block high, because what I noticed after doing a series of high-lows to you is you are expecting the overhead to come out more often than the low. That is generally not true against most characters. You want to react to the overhead. This is a really slow move. You want to start getting familiar with moves that are overhead, and I mean that'll just come with practice, obviously. But that's how you deal with low throw or low high mix-ups. Because I'm able to scare you by doing a lot of lows, and then you start blocking low, and then I can go overhead. Like now you're scared of the overhead, so you start blocking high, and then I can go a lot of lows. So it's this big weird back and forth, right? So that's 5 games. We're going to go ahead and move on from that. There's a thing called Absolute Guard, again, that'll let you block both high and low at the same time. If you want to look it up, I don't recommend it yet because it's not super important right now. More importantly, you should have been push blocking. This is something you didn't do in almost any of the matches. Push blocking is extremely important to deal with stuff because not only does it deal with low throws and stuff like that, or help you deal with low throws, not only does it help you unlock weird defensive options like Absolute Guard and stuff like that, but also just being able to push me away when I'm trying to apply pressure is extremely important. Squiggly has to play very differently once you start push blocking. So that's just a Squiggly matchup thing in general. But in general, push blocking is your friend. It's a very, very powerful tool. Oh, I remember what I wanted to tell you during the matchup against Peacock. You were holding back to move back. Reminder that you can block certain hits like mids, like with down back. If you are down backing, you are not moving backwards, and you're still blocking, right? So all those projectiles I was throwing at you, those were mids. So you should have been down backing, so you weren't giving me more space, right? If you get further and further away from me, you're giving me what I want as a Peacock player. So that's a thing. Yeah. Prank, turn the stream off while you play. Yeah, shut up. That's it. Play the broken trio you showed me. Yeah, I'll do it eventually. Let's see. Cursed Val starter. Yeah, I should. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. So across all of that, I totally forgot to mention. Check out the B&B compendium. So in Skullgirls, well, a lot of fighters in general, people recommend you the first thing you do is learn a combo, and it's not because oh man, combos are everything, or oh man, combos do damage. Learning a combo gets you familiar with your character. It starts building that muscle memory on how characters' links work, stuff like that. Right. So what you should do is learn a B&B with your character just so you're more familiar with them, and then I can start talking about more advanced things like resets, corner carries, and character-specific pressure. But until you have like that familiarity with the game's mechanics and also just the muscle memory in general, you're not really ready for that kind of stuff. So learn B&Bs, and the best way to do it is check out the B&B compendium. You can find the B&B compendium by typing !BNB into Twitch chat. These aren't the most optimized combos, but they are combos that are essential for you learning the muscle memory and the most common links that you will be using with your character. So check that out. Another thing is, if you do want help, I mentioned my Discord before. Type !. You're already in there. Who am I kidding? I don't need to tell you that. You already know. You're already in my Discord. You're fine. You're good to go. But if you have any questions, let me know on that Discord. Just at me, and I'll see what I can do to help. But yeah, that should be enough to get you started. While you are playing, just play a lot of games with people. Practice, just keep in the back of your mind, not pressing buttons when you're unsafe, blocking highs and lows, practicing your combo. Generally, the rule of thumb is you are good with your combo if you can do it 10 times in a row. 10 times in a row, let me say that again, in a row, and then also in both directions, in the lab. And then you can try it out on real people. And then it's like, it'll be a lot easier to get it working on real people. It's much more difficult when there's a moving target, obviously. It's very different. And obviously when you're playing online, like getting that muscle memory to actually come out takes practice. But fighting games take practice, go figure. So that's that. Next up, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next matchup is... wait, where am I? Give me 1 second. Is going to be SNES JW versus Mighty Time Force. Matchups are posted almost everywhere. There's a channel in the Discord where matchups are posted. They're posted on Skullgirls. They're posted on Steam. They're posted on the Reddit. They're linked in the Twitter. So, like, there are a dozen and a half ways to get notifications about the matchups and signups whenever they go live. Oh yeah, be sure to practice combos in the whole cast too, because there are 3 different weight classes in this game, and also characters have different models, and sometimes characters fall out of combos. The B&Bs and the B&B Compendium will mostly avoid that issue, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but just be aware. Alright, so SNES JW versus Mighty Time Force. Let's see how this goes. SNES JW playing safe, walking backwards. That's a really good round start from both these players. Not like optimal by any means. It's not like the greatest in the world, but like it's a good standard round start. It shows like a healthy mindset where you're walking, being defensive, and calling an assist to cover space while you're getting away, and just trying to observe your opponent, see what they do right away. Like right now, SNES JW learned that, all right, Mighty Time Force will jump back in the beginning of the game, like try to move away, and then Mighty Time Force knows that his opponent's going to call an assist and try to block, right? So if he gets a mix-up on the assist, he might be able to get a double snap. All right, we got a low. Oh, why am I typing? You guys don't see the 10-12 matchups? That's weird. Let me... Oh, it says 10-5 because I accidentally edited it because I'm a complete idiot. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, it says 10-5, but I edited it today. Let me fix that. My mistake. Okay, jumping light punch. Catch him low. Alright, you have a reset, you have what seems to be a B&B. I'm going to trust that you can finish a combo all the way to full on dizzy. You didn't really use meter much, but I mean, we can talk more about that in intermediate brackets. SNES JW, I really think you should just be an intermediate. Like, you're familiar enough with Bella and like how this game generally works. You were doing like actual normal Bella routes. Like, it's not like you weren't using the weird crazy stuff. You did a legitimate reset. It's not the best reset in the world, but like it is a reset as commonly used. I think you're fine for intermediate. I really don't know what you were panicking about, really. I know you were nervous in intermediate, so you didn't play it to the best of your ability, but like I still think you're going to learn more if you're playing in a bracket where I can talk about like optimizing and more advanced things in frame data. If you're not familiar with frame data, reach out to me in the Discord or do some research on your own, and we can get you educated. Calling Seracopter is good. You should be able to convert off of that, though. Good use of Luger to space out. Ending on a heavy is scary. Going into a frame trap with the Luger is smart, but that can get you punished, so be careful. Sometimes you might want to tighten it up and make it a true block string instead. Crouching light punch didn't commit. If you're gonna press a light button, you might as well press a medium button. Medium buttons are usually safe, but they're not plus. Some characters are plus, some characters are not with lights. But going to light into medium gives you time and gives your brain time to confirm, like, oh wow, I am comboing them. I better go keep comboing. If you just press the light button, it's like, it just means you didn't commit to the combo. What else? Nice spacing. I mean, I don't know how much an accident that was, but that was a perfect job avoiding the, what's it called? Devil Horns, not Devil Horns. Is it Battle Butt? It is a Battle Butt. Battle Butt into the, and then punching it with the instant hair dash. Blocking heavy, frame trapping into the grab, didn't work out. Good intent. Mighty Time Force, watch what your opponent's Bella did, because you can frame trap that into a grab. You got out of it luckily, but like they could have also like gone into a dynamo if they wanted to. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about that now. So Mighty Time Force, you're not using really any meter at all. And SNES JW, you could be using a little bit more meter too. Like if you want to be a little bit more. I mean, it's unsafe to do so, but sometimes you have to really make a statement, otherwise your opponent's going to take advantage of you. If you miss your frame trap, you can Kara cancel that into super, like Diamond Dynamo. And if you do that and your opponent's like jumping forward to avoid you, they're going to get caught by Diamond Dynamo and like get punished, right? If your opponent blocks it, that's fine. Like you lost a little bit of health, maybe you're the round, but you can use that information going forward, right? I mean, this is more of an intermediate advice, like set mentality. The idea is that you want to teach your opponent, hey, I'm willing to use super recklessly to be able to punish my opponent. Mighty Time Force, that's applies even more so for you. You're not using any meter. Like there's plenty of meter you could be using to avoid situations or like do extra damage in your combo. Like just do a full B&B into a super if you have 5 meter. Like there's no reason not to just like at least get that extra damage. Normally you want to use meter for like reset setups or like DHCs and things like that. But that's also true. Like if your Philly is about to die, do a super and then do another super if you have tons of meter, and then now you have Bella out and Philia is out, like going back into the back and healing, stuff like that. It's not always smart to DHC. It's not the only use of meter. Like it's an idea. Like here, you should be going into a combo, and then trying to do a super, and then DHCing out so Philia doesn't die. Multiple chances to do DHC. Now we got Cat Heads, and that's tough to deal with because Cat Heads is a really, really good super. Okay. Yeah. See, now you don't have Affiliasis to back up your Cerebellum. And you're sitting on 3 meter. You still haven't used any of your meter. I also noticed that Mighty Time Force, you're dropping your combo a ton. So I'm going to give the same advice I gave previously. Reminder that you should check out the B&B Compendium because B&Bs are extremely important to improving your play. Watch the little segment between the opponents or the previous set's final match and also until you guys started, because I talked about why B&Bs are important. They're necessary to build that fundamental muscle memory for your character. They're not the most important thing by any means, but they are fundamental into you hitting that next level. Like before we can start talking about anything else, you really need to learn a B&B. I'll still talk about other stuff because I don't listen to what I really say, but B&B is probably the most important thing you need to work on right now. And it's so weird being on time. Normally, like my stream just goes live right about now because I'm just so bad at this. But hey, things are working out. I can dig it. All right, we got a conversion. You have to up forward to be able to get that conversion. Like a small tip. This won't matter once you have better execution, but a small tip is to get used to emphasizing forward over up when you're trying to jump forward. Because if you press up, you only have the 4 jump startup frames to press forward before you, or I think 3 jump startup frames to press forward before you get an up forward. But if you press forward and then up, then the forward input is already buffered, so you're guaranteed to get a forward jump. What happens is if you don't press forward enough and you press up before forward, or the game registers up before forward, then what ends up happening is you don't jump forward, you just jump straight up. And that's probably what's happening unless you don't realize you're supposed to be jumping forward. Because you've been doing that pretty consistently so far, which is unfortunate. Another thing is approach options. Like obviously you want to get that hit confirmed so you can go into a combo. Instant air dash, jumping medium punch is really good. Jumping light kick is really, really good. Sometimes jumping light punch, but I don't honestly recommend it. Or maybe it was jumping light punch and not jumping light kick. I forgot which one you're supposed to use. But her lights in general are really, really good approach options. If you jump in the air, do an instant air dash, and do that. You should be familiar with instant air dash if you play the tutorial. But in general, it's just jump and during as fast as possible press light punch and medium punch at the same time, and you'll jump and then quickly do a dash in the air, and then you can press an attack, and then you'll be like really low to the ground and you'll be dashing at their face, and then pressing a button will get you a hit confirm, which is super good. Jumping heavy punch seems tempting because it looks like such a big hurt box, but it's better for an air to air. That you'll notice that if you like look in the lab, its hurt box is slightly disjointed upward, which makes it better for like air to air exchanges and doesn't actually do a good job of hitting someone on the ground. That's not 5, there's one more. You guys got one more. Yeah, boy, Epic, the quarter circle's not registering is actually a known, I wouldn't call it a known problem, but like it's like a common complaint. where the dead zones on PC are a little bit different than on a console when you're playing with a controller. So because of that, quarter circles are a little bit weirder. The best thing you can do is learn to do quarter circles on D-pad. Playing with the circle, the analog stick, whenever you're trying to do fighting game stuff is just really, really hard. Jumping over Luger. So, SNES JW, you got to start paying attention to how your opponent's starting off every round. I think they've started by jumping up into the air every single round, and they've been able to outspace you or get around whatever you've been trying to do. You've tried to like apply pressure to them not the second. It's like the last few games. Like the first time you were playing a little bit defensive, but now that you have that information, use the anti-air Luger, like use the heavy Luger. Do all sorts of other things that are going to hit them if they try to jump up. If you just try to shoot straight or whatever, then they're just going to jump over it or duck under it and stuff like that. Take advantage of what they do. I mean, they're not going to duck under it because they're jumping everywhere. But I think you know what I mean. Oh, nice attempt at a conversion. That's the gelato. Ooh, catching the dash. Good stuff. That poor assist. Rest in peace. Again, you're sitting on 4 meter. Just going to emphasize it one more time. I mean, hopefully you've been listening and you pause the stream while you're playing the game. But I'm just going to emphasize it for the sake of emphasis, is that you have 5 meter, and you haven't done really anything with it. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with 5 meter. Okay, smack him in the face. Got a hit confirm. Now you could kill here if you just kind of do a level 3. But I don't think you're going to spend a meter. Yeah, exactly. Get one for a reset. Technically, you could have killed with just a level 1. It wasn't hard. I mean, now you used the meter way too late, but you could have killed with a level 1 at the end of that combo, but whatever. There's no point in like pressuring or emphasizing that anymore. I think I made the point earlier. All right, cool, good stuff. SNES JW, I didn't talk about you as much because I think you should be intermediate more than anything else. You have your combos, you have basic links, you have basic resets now. You just need to keep practicing. Once you get to intermediate, I can talk about frame data stuff and talk about like how plus and minus you are in certain situations, like I mentioned before. Things like that. Oh, I hope Tame and Dry. All right, Tame and Dryas are up next. And if I'm reading the chat correctly, we're about to see a band mirror, which is going to be absolutely hilarious and awful. So this should be fun. I was an intermediate last week, but I couldn't do a single B&B. I'll sign up for it next week. Okay. Yeah. If you want to practice, keep practicing your B&B and beginner. Like, I don't mind, but I would just like to be able to give more advice in intermediate. So I think what you should be doing is throughout the week, just play online a bunch, like do sets with people, ask people, it's like, hey, anyone up for games? In like the Looking for Games channel. And then play a few sets with people and get used to doing your combo in general. And then just with that practice, that should be enough to keep you calm and ready for intermediate. If you feel like you're always dropping your combos against intermediate opponents, then hit me up. I can give you some advice on how you might be able to buffer things or make things a little bit easier. Using the medium conversion into DP. Oh, this is going to be weird. I'm switching gears into intermediate, and I didn't have like a chance to reset my brain. All right. Embrace, a little bit too far to convert. That's unfortunate. Now we have a conversion. HTP, that gets a kill. Come on, Tommy, you know how to play this character. Oh, try to parry it. You goof. Yep, medium conversion. Yep. DP, you know the OTG list route. Oh, you're doing a weird thing. Okay, you went for... Oh, that's a cool reset. Dry Ice, save that. That's yours. Against most characters, you'll be able to outspace almost anything they do with that giant step and get them overhead. That's interesting. Frame trap with the giant step. Quick advice to Tame Kinotora. Like, in that situation, after your opponent presses their lights, like once they've pressed a medium, there is absolutely zero reason to block low. The worst they can do to you is sweep. And that's, like, who cares, right? Like, sweep is going to do a decent amount of damage, maybe, and you're going to get hit by it, and then they can't combo you. Like, it doesn't matter. The only lows you have to be worried about is crouching light kick. So once crouching light kick is out of the question, just block high. You should never get caught by that overhead. And once you're not caught by that overhead, you should be able to just do a nice punish on them like 100% of the time. You can also PBGC stuff. Since they were in the corner and you were the one cornering them, them trying to apply pressure on you meant you can absolute guard, and then you would have been able to... My brain just like shut down. I just heard like a window shut down noise ringing through my ears. What the hell am I talking about? The hell was I saying? Oh yeah, because you were cornering them and they were the one pressuring, they can't really move away from you when you push block. So you can absolute guard their pressure, and then you don't even have to deal with the mix-up, and then you get a heavy counter hit punish. It's like guaranteed, whether they do the giant step or not. So it's like dumb cool, you know? Change the world, my final message. Tried the B&B for Parasol, don't understand how to convert it because of the napalm shot into medium punch. Ask Penny. Penny is the Parasol god of Skullgirls. Like, Penny is probably the most informed Skullgirls player when it comes to Parasol. Like, please feel free to add her, and she would love to teach you Parasol stuff or work with you regarding Parasol. So if you have any confusion at all about a link, she will literally just jump in a call with you, go into the lab right away, and just start talking about it with you. So she's super awesome like that. Got hit overhead. Okay. Dry Eyes, watch the last game, and like the 30 seconds I spent trying to explain to Tom and Kinotauro they should never be hit by that overhead. Same applies to you. You should know what Absolute Guard is, but in case both of you somehow, by some pure chance at this level, don't know what Absolute Guard is, I'm going to go ahead and link that to you guys. Because come on. I'm going to flash it onto the screen just for a quick second. Alright, cool. We got the back throw, got the medium kick conversion. That is good stuff, but you dropped that. That sucks. Was that not H symbol? Oh, no, that's right. So A-Train, ever since the grand beta of 2016 or whatever, A-Train now has 3 hits of armor. Apparently it was always supposed to have that, but everyone just forgot, I guess. I don't know. No! You ended in heavy press! Oh, that's so bad. So don't turn your brain off when you're comboing. I mean, it's kind of nice to do so, but you gotta always be thinking about what's gonna come next, and sometimes you get lost in your head about, like, oh, geez, I'm just gonna finish this combo, and I'm gonna set up for what I'm gonna do afterwards. Everything's gonna be fine. You autopilot. But you gotta be able to take advantage of situations like that, and then just be like, oh, no, my standing hard kick got blocked, and I already input brass. What am I gonna do? You could have saved yourself. You could have just E-bricked, and you would have been fine. So SJW, yeah, so a lot of bands devolve into... Actually, that's a really good thing you brought up, because I really want to talk about that. So a lot of band versus band devolves into this, like, full screen, giant step, and then wait till you catch them, and then go into heavy brass, into, what's it called? SSJ conversion. And by the way, in case you guys didn't know, Mars actually taught me this. Mars has some weird tech when it comes to band versus band specifically, where if you do brass SSJ, when they bounce off the ground, you can do brass again before SSJ. You get a free extra brass on your opponent, which is really weird. So for 2 meter, you can do a decent chunk of damage from like full screen. It's like, or like not full screen, but like from a reversal, which is really weird for band. Yeah, H brass, heavy brass knuckle. Was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So the big band rock, it's called the big band rock, paper, scissors, when people are like jumping hard kick from full screen and then trying to throw out symbols every now and then to space out people. It's like, it's the way 99.9% band players will play band versus band, and it's wrong. People think it's right because it covers most of the options and all that stuff and seems like the right thing to do, but you actually don't have to do that. Reminder that band's main goal is to cover or to gain space on you, because if you can't really maneuver around band, then band has a huge advantage of it. He has buttons that cover huge chunks of the screen and like can heavily restrict your options into almost everything becoming a 50-50, with like A-Train also like being a threat and things like that. So because of that, you actually want to do everything you can to find answers to either both giant step and also H symbols Car cancel. No, that would have been so cool. If you car canceled on SSJ, you could have done it. You could have had the world. Donate to SSJ. No, man. Don't SSJ there because Atrian heavily scales your combo. The only time you should go into SSJ there is if you are trying to squeeze out as much damage as possible, like you're going for the kill. But in that situation, you weren't going for the kill. You just kind of burnt a meter for no reason. Instead, you should have been building towards 3 meters because 3 meter does maximum damage against Band more than any other character because Band gets hit by every single instrument pellet, unlike most other characters. So yeah, don't play rock, paper, scissors. Learn your conversions, guys. Also, reminder that you can E-break through Giant Step. Giant Step is armorable. Or at least was. It should still be armorable. I don't think they ever got rid of that. I haven't seen people do it in a long time, so I just assume that it might have changed, but like I don't think it would have. It is armorable. Thank you, Will. Confirmed. You lost to the sassy clarinet. He's tooting his saxophone solo. Saxophone is like my favorite button. I don't know why. It's good. It's good. All right. Game 4. What a round start. An awesome maneuver by Dry Eyes. That was awesome. Just dashing up and then down backing, just waiting for your opponent to react was extremely good. That is let me try that again. That is an extremely important sign that you are improving with your neutral game sets. So that is a very good plan of action. It's usually more for the first couple of games because you can use it to condition your opponent, being like, oh yeah, I'm always going to dash up blocking, and then they'll like wake up and press a button, you can do a reversal or press a button and like scare them and stuff and play actual Oki. But you usually want information in the first couple of games. That's what you're like using that to download. So in the first couple of games, that's when it's best to do the dash up down back. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Damn, you were in their head. Tommy, there was no reason to mash there, by the way. I mean, I know it looked like they dropped, but like, regardless of whether they dropped or not, they were still safe. After the light and medium, they'd have to press a heavy to be unsafe. Oh, they got the cross up. That stuff's dirty. Dry Eyes steal that too. Tommy Kinatora's got really cool resets. They seem to be on full autopilot. For those guys who have never seen Tamaki Notora in a tournament, it is a treat. Tamaki Notora is this like... He plays in such a quirky way that he makes everyone else play worse. So he's gotten like huge upsets or really, really good games against players that would normally scale like a lot or like rank at a much higher level than him. But like, it's because like everyone just plays like spaghetti against him, and it's so fun to watch. Sometimes you just gotta SSJ. We're at 2-2. One last game. Guys, don't play too patiently, especially not on game 4. Tommy is Sploogie 0.5. I was gonna say socks like 0.2, but like same idea, I guess. Makes such galaxy brain plays it throws out people. Yeah. It works for a while, but in a first, that's actually one of the big reasons people switched from a best of 3 to, best of 3 to a best of 5. And the reason they made that switch is because people need more time to adapt to their opponent. Like, doing big brain galaxy plays only really works for about a hot minute. Like, it works for maybe 1, maybe 2 games. And if you can take the whole set, then your opponent just really didn't know how to deal with, like, bad pressure. There's a reason people do the good things. Long story short. Hey there, Clawmaster, how's it going? Good to see you here. I'm putting a lot of strain on my vocal cords. I do not like that. Y'all ready to learn SG with Professor Crank? I mean, this is actually the last game. I mean, we'll have an open lobby today. We'll play open lobby for a little bit, because why not? Got that giant step, covered the options. Reminder, you can buffer charge. So while you are getting up from your knockdown animation, you can be building a charge. If you're doing that, you can E-break on wake up. In case your opponent is going for the giant step Oki. This is a pop quiz. Oh, we're doing cool stuff. I still can't do that combo. In fact, I've never tried to learn it, but I've always wanted to learn it. Oh, that was almost cool. You could have that could have been a safe jump setup, and you could have just been like, damn, that was almost really cool. All right, well, that was 5 games. Well played by all our players today. You guys did a fantastic job. But as a nice way to close out the stream, we're going to do a brief, probably not a long one, just a brief open lobby. Anyone can join. If you didn't sign up today, it doesn't matter. If you saw somebody you want to fight, or if you just want to get some games on stream, then go ahead and hop on in. I'm going to make the lobby bigger and then share the link with you guys. So sit tight. Just a second. I remember the good old days when you didn't have to add someone to the friends list to join their lobby. Good times. I just miss doing my combo, honestly. I want to make sure I can still do my B&B. I play this game so little. I actually did really well at CEO Otaku. I'm actually really happy with my score. Like, I ranked top 20. I tied for top 25th, which is kind of cool. Where am I? What am I doing? Oh yeah, right. Go ahead and send you guys a lobby link. Those of you guys who have me on their buddy list can go ahead and right-click my name and join. Copy link address. Twitch chat. Here you go. Let's do the thing. You sent me a DM on Discord. So you did. Oh yeah, go ahead, Clawmaster. I don't mind. Are you able to join in? Let me check. Do you have that role? I don't actually know if you have that role. Clawmaster. You do not have that role. I'm going to go ahead and join the general call. Go ahead and hop into there. I don't care. If anyone wants to join into the call, go for it. Just don't be racist. Otherwise, I'll be really mad.
Hello, hello.
Hey there. How's it going?
Oh, it's been going pretty okay. I just got back from my old job. I shipped the indivisible stuff to them because it's
awesome.
a shipping place. So I just got a bunch of stuff from the Indiegogo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack that open here in a second. But
yeah. I've been playing that a ton.
I've been good. I've yet to play that game. I installed it. I saw the intro, and then I played around for a couple minutes, and then I stopped because I needed to get some sleep.
Yeah, that first hour is a bit tough to get through. It's like really ham-fisted, but after that, it's like really good and fun.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll definitely enjoy playing it. Yeah, I got tons of other things to play.
I heard about the what's it called? The Twitter thing, not the Twitter thing, like the commission thing that happened. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that should have been something nice to have spotted out earlier. Especially since he didn't sign of his name. So it's like, I should have been more aware of that, but lesson learned. At the very least, what I can technically do is when those videos go up, I can copyright them, I think. The thing is, though, is like the videos that were made, though, that were using other video footage that was not their own. It was the top 10 videos of like top 10 target moments on Penn and Teller. So I'm like, could I still copyright that, even though that's...
I mean, technically everybody can put in a copyright for a different company if they want to. That's like, true. Google stopped giving a shit.
That's very true. So yeah, needless to say, like, it's lesson learned, and yeah, I wish I used better that time to work on another commission I'm working on right now. So
okay,
it's whatever. It's fine. I'm Like,
I mean,
I'll get paid either way.
don't sell yourself short. Basically, you should always ask for money up front, even if it's just half. Like, because there are so many people who are just not going to pay you.
Yeah.
Exposure does not pay rent.
Yeah. I just learned that many artists learn. But other than that, though, like, I just got through the first week of work, and things are looking good there. So
that's cool.
And I got weekends, and yeah, man, fucking great. Wow, that hit. I'm on a delay, so.
Oh, okay.
Just I'm watching the stream that Pushing Daisies like hit right after SSJ was blocked.
Yeah, I don't know why that hit. I was trying to do it before SSJ hit the block thing. Maybe Yo-Yo was falling asleep. Very possible. Damn.
Okay. I figured. You catch in the top 8 from Revo this morning?
Oh, yeah? I did not catch that at all.
There was some good stuff. I was watching it half asleep because like 9 in the morning from over here. So it's like, oh, I woke up. Oh, hey, Skullgirls is on. Oh, cool. Top 8, awesome.
Yeah, I did not know Revo was this weekend. I should probably check that out. I'm assuming Tony's there. Was Ravioli?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
the whole gang was there. Yeah, Nephiros was there. Mr. Peck. Yeah, no, it was a good top 8. Man, I really want to talk to Nephiros though. Like, I was watching him play, and I believe what I've heard is that he hasn't been playing as much.
Oh, okay.
So because I'm looking at his strings for Squiggly, it's like, I don't want to be that guy, but yeah. So, but no, it was a good topic. It was awesome to watch.
Okay.
Yo, are you guys just doing lobbies, or is this still G?
It's GG8 still. It's open lobby.
Yeah, open lobby, so you can go ahead and get your grind on. Oh, hey yo. Yo. So wait. Oh wait, where do you work at again? Because I remember the Busters. Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
It's awful.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but like, Dave & Buster's is a place that I'd actually kind of go to. So it's like, oh my god, it's a place that like is respectable, kind of. But like, the job itself.
You get free arcade token.
Can you get like? Can you give me an employee discount on arcade tokens? Wow, my muscle memory for Stancils is still there. That's pretty cool. I'm happy about that.
Muscle memory for Stancils is still there, but I want to see you confirm Mortis plus A-Train.
Mortis?
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
Yeah, Mortis is the A-Train. It's good. Does a crap ton of damage. It's awesome.
It does so much damage, it's not fair.
I mean, I'm also off fault of that. I really need to get more into the habit of doing it. So, but it's good. No, it's
set
good.
Play begins.
I really don't like it. It becomes the thing is like you don't even have to be creative when you're doing that mix up, like because like now your entire set play is right there, and Skullgirls crashed. Well, okay then.
Look, I want to think as little as possible, so I just run the same set play.
I'm learning Fortune just so I can play Fortune Squiggly or Fortune Cremation rather, to think as little as possible. Where Fortune dies, I already lost. If Fortune doesn't die, then I just kind of blend them to death. There's nothing you can do about it. That's a good turn brain off team.
For Bella double.
Bella double? Yeah. I'm assuming Cilia slide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I alternate between Cilia slide and Bomber.
Ah, okay.
I mean, they're both good. Like, which bomber are you using?
Is amazing.
Oh, okay.
It's M Bomber for the people I really just need to stop jumping.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So that was 3 games, and my Skullgirls crashed. I think we're just gonna call it there. Even though I wish I could play for like another like half an hour or whatever, but like that was just kind of depressing. That just Skullgirls died on me. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Telling me to go play more Indivisible.
Pretty much. It's like, what are you doing?
I have Indivisible installed, and I'm just like, man, I've started a file. I should really play that more.
Yeah. The thing is, like,
go play that.
The first hour is super sluggish. Like, it starts off with the best 10 minutes like ever, and then after that, you're like, you actually wake up as Ajna, and then it proceeds to be the most awkward and annoying like 30 minutes of all time. Like the story is really bad at first, like all this like awkward pacing and all that stuff. But after you get past that first hurdle, like that first hour of the game starts becoming
are we talking,
amazing.
like bad fanfic levels?
Probably worse.
Ouch.
Yeah, like that. It is some of the.
Yeah.
It is the game is beautiful all the way through. The combat is fun all the way through. The music is fantastic all the way through. But holy shit, that writing and pacing is so bad. Just at first, it gets a lot better. But that beginning pacing is so awkward.
That's interesting. It's funny because I listen to a lot of other podcasts, gaming podcasts, and I've been hearing like a lot of universal praise for the game. So it's kind of funny hearing like, oh, huh.
Yeah.
So,
I was planning on starting my design stream back up just so I can talk about Indivisible more. Because even before it came out, there was a lot I wanted to say about Indivisible and why I was not expecting it to be a fantastic game. I mean, I was proven wrong. The game is still fantastic, but like it is a real bad first impression. I have a lot of reasons.
You have to be so careful with that because like there are so many games I've played that have lost me in the first 30 minutes that I've never touched again, despite knowing that they're amazing games.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is a huge example of that, right? Like how many people turned away after the first like couple of hours.
I almost dropped Monster Hunter back in try days because I was like, I can't hunt anything.
The first time I played 3U, I played it for 2 hours. I'm like, this game is gross and horrible. I don't understand why people like it. And then eventually my friend convinced me to give it another shot. And then I played like until like 5 hours, and then I was instantly hooked. Like getting past that initial hurdle is so bad. Making a good first impression in the game is so important, and not letting the rest of the game go stale is also important. Because how many games do people start and then not finish, right?
And that's why fighting games are so tough.
Yeah.
Because it's like no matter how great the game is designed, it's always there's always going to be that rude awakening when you play against another human being for the first time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
This is why I play against human first, to see what kind of bullshit I have to deal with.
me and Kenji had like a huge. We have it all the time. We have this huge long debate about like what a good fighting game needs and why fighting games are accessible as not accessible. And like, I mean, I don't know how many people know this on stream, but like I've been teaching myself game design for like since I was 6 years old. So I've been super adamant about analyzing what makes a game fun for people and how to keep it fun for people. And a lot of fighting games just get it wrong. Do you know that annoying voice in BlazBlue where it's just like counter.
Yeah,
like it just always like everything's a counter hit and it's like awkward and stuff. Imagine if you had a voice like that was less exciting, so less of a spectator food, but a much more useful thing for beginner players is if it was telling you if it was plus or minus. It's like save, unsave, or some shit like that. I'm making it sound cooler, obviously. You want to make it sound like actually interesting. But at the same time, it would instantly tell players like, oh shit, I shouldn't press that button because like I'm making myself needlessly unsafe. And then like giving in that same way, having like feedback from the game telling you you're doing something tricky or not good or fantastic is way more important. And Skullgirls has it on a subtle level, but doesn't have it. And that's why a lot of people, I mean, it doesn't have it to the degree I wish it had, but like it's still, that's why a lot of people's first like classic fighting game is Skullgirls. Because Skullgirls has this like weird integration where you just naturally learn how to like play the game and get that positive reinforcement you need.
I feel like that's hard though, because like, I mean, actually implementing it, because like if you do the audio cue thing, like you're saying, then like every time somebody jabs, there's going to be some audio cue. I feel like a good solution to it is like it's only accessible in the training mode of Tekken, where they have the little punish tooltip that shows up whenever you do stuff. If you put stuff on the training bot where it says like whether you got punished or not. But like the audio cue is really cool, but I don't know how you wouldn't make it obnoxious.
There are tons of ways you would do that. Like I'm just throwing out that idea where it's like, okay, if you have an obnoxious voice, at least make it useful is what I'm trying to say. Right.
You could do like a visual cue too. It'd be distracting at first, but once you got used to it.
So like make that, you know, the character circle, like in Skullgirls in the top left and top right. What if like the ring around it just flashed red a little bit when you were unsafe and flashed blue when you were safe?
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, exactly. Like there are so many good ways to do that. And it's just the game does not give enough. I mean, Skullgirls does more than any other game, like I said before. But like the game needs to give feedback to a player when they're doing something right and wrong. Otherwise, they just like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, and the training mode already calculates how negative or plus something is. So all you have to do is just make that to be some kind of noticeable element of the game in the act.
Mm-hmm. Mint Clans, I wish Lab Zero would hire me, but I don't think they're going to hire me until I have a published game out there. And I'm not allowed to say anything, but note that there is a game coming.
Oh, shit.
That's pretty tight.
Dope.
Yo.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not going to say anything because we're still in like super early stages, but it's happening.
Oh, super early? Oh, okay.
Huh? What's going on?
So 10 years. Gotcha.
10 years. Hopefully not that long. But it is a kind of big project. We might want to scale it down. So, but like we're in the early stages, and if it doesn't happen, then I'll make not that, I guess.
All right.
And we'll riot.
We're gonna complain every day. Where the hell is our game, Crank?
Yeah, no. That's exactly why I'm trying not to say anything about it, because I don't want people to assume that something's actually happening for sure yet, because we haven't. It's like there's no contracts yet, right? Like we haven't set it.
Low expectations, the key to life.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh, definitely. Yeah. No. Yeah. See how it goes. Yeah. Excited.
All right. Well, on that note,
is this just fan art stream now?
This is a fan art stream. Yeah, I mean it's the meme stream, I guess. Like,
meme stream. I bought my pad at Walmart.
The meme stream, which is just a stream of memes.
Still using said pad.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
I'm gonna head
take
out.
us out, Crank.
I'm gonna do the thing where I leave. If you guys like what you saw here, we go live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to, let me try that again. If you want to apply the skills that you are practicing and want to see it in practice, wait, let me try that again. Nah, I give up. You just there are tournaments on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. There are tournaments. You can sign up for them. It's great. And if you're just here for the advice, then don't worry. We'll be back next Saturday. Have a wonderful time.
I really hope I can play in B grade this.
Yeah, B grade's great. Wait, today is October, so we still have we have one more Get Great before we have the tutorial stream. So if you guys want to get in any questions that we lab out, feel free to do so now. We won't get through all of it. We'll probably pick like 5-ish and then like keep the rest in the backlog and then keep on having these like at the end of every month. So yeah, if you want to see something labbed out or want to see something straight up demoed in front of you, start getting those questions in early so we can prepare. Yay.
Dope. Awesome.
How do you stop doing awful Val starters?
You press the button once and then you press the other button before the... Yeah. This is about it. This is why we have a live stream, so I can just show it to you guys.
I saw the cursed starter. I'm like, no, please no, stop.
It's just every beginner Val does this exact same, like, oh, sweet, a 28 hit combo that does 1,000 damage. Yeah. All right, see you guys around. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.